So, summary eviction procedure under Senior Citizens Act cannot be invoked to defeat right of residence of women in a shared household as per Domestic Violence Act. The Supreme Court has held that the Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Act has no overriding effect over the right of residence of a woman in a shared household within the meaning of the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act. The right of a woman to secure a residence order in respect of a shared household cannot be defeated by the simple expedient of securing an order of eviction by adopting the summary procedure under the Senior Citizens Act. The bench comprising Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Indu Malhotra, and Indira Banerjee observed in the case of S. Vanitha versus Deputy Commissioner, Bangalore Urban District. A senior citizen couple filed an application under the provisions of the Senior Citizens Act seeking eviction of their daughter-in-law and granddaughter from a residential house. This application was allowed by the Assistant Commissioner. Later, the said order was upheld by Deputy Commissioner in appeal. The Karnataka High Court upheld these orders by dismissing writ petitions filed by daughter-in-law. Before the apex court, the daughter-in-law contended that she cannot be evicted from her shared household in view of the protection offered by Section 17 of the Protection of Women and Domestic Violence Act 2005. Relying on recent decision in Satish Chander Ahuja versus Sneha Ahuja, she further contended that the authorities constituted under the Senior Citizens Act 2007 had no jurisdiction to order her eviction. To know more about background, the bench noted the legislative scheme of both the legislations. Referring to the provisions of the Senior Citizens Act, the bench said the tribunal under the Senior Citizens Act 2007 may have the authority to order an eviction if it is necessary and expedient to ensure the maintenance and protection of the senior citizen or parent. Eviction, in other words, would be an incident of the enforcement of the right of maintenance and protection. However, this remedy can be granted only after advertising to the competing claims in the dispute. It is necessary to recapitulate that the situation in the present case is that the eviction was sought of the daughter-in-law, the appellant. The court further noted that Section 3 of Senior Citizens Act observed that its provisions will have effect notwithstanding anything inconsistent contained in any other enactment, and that the principles of statutory interpretation dictate that in the event of two special acts containing non-obstant clauses, the later law shall typically prevail. But the court said in the event of a conflict between special acts, the dominant purpose of both these statutes would have to be analyzed to ascertain which one should prevail over the other. The bench made the following observations, allowing the Senior Citizens Act to sorry, Act 2007 to have an overriding force and effect in all situations, irrespective of competing entitlement of a woman to a right in a shared household. Within the meaning of the Protection of Women under Domestic Violence Act 2005, for defeat the object and purpose which the Parliament sought to achieve in enacting the later legislation. The law protecting the interest of senior citizens is intended to ensure that they are not left destitute or at the mercy of their children or relatives. Equally, the purpose of the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 cannot be ignored by a slight of statutory interpretation. Both sets of legislations have to be harmoniously construed. Hence, the right of a woman to secure a residence order in respect of a shared household cannot be defeated by the simple expedient of securing an order of eviction by adopting the summary procedure under the Senior Citizens Act 2007. This court is cognizant that the Senior Citizens Act 2007 was promulgated with a view to provide a speedy and inexpensive remedy to senior citizens. Accordingly, tribunals were constituted under Section 7. These tribunals have the power to conduct summary procedures for inquiry with all powers of the civil codes. Under Section 8, the jurisdiction of the civil courts has been explicitly barred under Section 27 of the Senior Citizens Act 2007. However, the overriding effect for remedies sought by the applicants under the Senior Citizens Act 2007 under Section 3 interpreted cannot be interpreted and in deference to the dominant purpose of both the legislation, it would be appropriate for a tribunal under the Senior Citizens Act 2007 to grant such remedies of maintenance as envisaged under Section 2 Clause B of the Senior Citizens Act 2007 that do not result in obviating competing remedies under other special statutes such as the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, Section 26 and Section 27 of the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act empowers certain reliefs, including relief for a residence order to be obtained from any civil court in any legal proceeding. Therefore, in the event that a composite dispute is alleged, such as in the present case where the suit premises are a site of contestation between two groups protected by the law, it would be appropriate for the tribunal constituted under the Senior Citizens Act 2007 to appropriately mold reliefs after noticing the competing claims of the parties claiming under Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 and Senior Citizens Act 2007. Section 3 of the Senior Citizens Act 2007 cannot be deployed to override and nullify other protection in law, particularly that of a woman's right to a shared household under Section 17 of the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005. In the event that the aggrieved woman obtains a relief from a tribunal constituted under the Senior Citizens Act 2000, she shall duty bound to inform the magistrate under the Protection of Domestic Violence Act 2005 as per subsection 3 of Section 26 of the Protection of Domestic Violence Act 2005. The course of action would ensure that the common intent of the Senior Citizens Act 2007 and the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 of ensuring speedy relief to its protected groups who are both vulnerable members of the society is effectively realized. Now, rights in law can translate to rights in life only if there is an equitable ease in obtaining their realization. Observing thus, the bench set aside the eviction order passed by the Assistant Commissioner. The court further observed the fact that specific proceedings under the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 had not been instituted when the application under the Senior Citizens Act 2007 was filed, should not lead to a situation where the enforcement of an order of eviction deprives her from pursuing her claim of entitlement under the law. The inability of a woman to access judicial remedies may, as this case exemplifies, be a consequence of destitution, ignorance, or lack of resources.